I do believe that the net impact of the demonetization exercise coupled with the GST exercise, which is going to make generation of cash a lot more difficult, will certainly lead to greater compliances, greater digitization, and already the first signs of greater digitization and expansion of the tax base, both for direct and indirect taxes, is already visible.
This was their new goalpost, the third one, digitizing India. The rhetoric about fighting black money and busting fake note mafia was over. 99.3% of the notes were back. Fake notes were in the market as usual. But the goal of digitization looked more realistic. Demonetization had already forced many to fall in line, and the cashless transactions were on the rise. But after 5 years, where do we stand? Cash transactions in India is at all-time high. More than 28 lakh crore is the value of currency with the people, says Reserve Bank. Just before demonetization, it was only around 18 lakh crores, a whopping 57% rise. It's because of GDP growth, some may argue. But even then, the rise of cash in the system is disproportionate. And why is this happening? Just check the basics. 21% of the citizens don't have access to banks. India's literacy rate of 74% also includes those who just manage to sign their names. Around 70% in rural India still don't use internet. It's 90% for the women. As schools are closed down due to COVID, kids are seen climbing up trees and hills to get enough bandwidth for digital classes. This is happening even in states with better connectivity like Kerala. And the government is dreaming of a digital economy which can only operate with high-speed connectivity.
If you don't know how to take a photograph with a camera properly, how can you be quick to do like e-commerce, for example? So, you have to have these things in place for a digital push.
आज भी आप डोमेस्टिक वर्कर के पास कोई हजारों में से किसी एक के पास एंड्रॉइड फोन होगा, नहीं तो वो बटन वाला फोन है. उनको एक बटन वाला फोन भी शायद मिलाना नहीं आता है. वो बोलती है दीदी ये नंबर मिला दो, मुझे मेरी बेटी से बात करनी है. तो ये डिजिटल इंडिया का दावा करके आप बोल रहे हो भ्रष्टाचार कम करेंगे, घूसखोरी कम होगी. नहीं, मैं तो बोल रही हूँ और बड़ी है. आपको हर चीज के लिए आपने कोविड में भी जितनी रिलीफ के काम किए वो सब आपने ऑनलाइन कर दिए. ऑनलाइन मेरे घर में इतने कोई पढ़े लिखे नहीं है कि जो इसको कर पाएंगे.
A digital India unleashed to such a population also means huge spike in online frauds and scams. And we are witnessing it every day. Meanwhile, the digital economy is growing, a huge spike immediately after demonetization. Then the growth rate almost came down to pre-demonetization period. But the informal sector of the country has taken a hit.
अनौपचारिक क्षेत्र का जो व्यापक हिस्सा है, बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा है, वो छोटे उद्यमियों का हिस्सा है, जिनको आप एकाएक औपचारिक क्षेत्र में नहीं ला सकते हैं, क्योंकि उनका कारोबार जो है उसका चरित्र अलग है. तो उनको अगर उनको जैसे जीएसटी है, तो जीएसटी ने बढ़ावा दिया औपचारिक क्षेत्र को. जो सप्लाई चेन में के अंत में जो छोटे उद्यमी थे, उनको उन्होंने उस सप्लाई चेन के बाहर कर दिया.
Every war needs an enemy, if not real, an imagined one. For the Modi government, it's the currency. Cash transactions are evil, and every transactor is a possible threat to the nation. He can be a terrorist sympathizer, a counterfeit money dealer, or at least a tax evader.
Just because you're an informal business, you are illegal. This is like the biggest misconception. So is the idea that the source of income is not known. The source of income is known. You are transacting, half of you are not even qualified for the income bracket that qualifies for an income tax on an individual. Money doesn't have a color really. It's just the way it is used that makes, gives it a black or a white money thing. So this, it transfers with every transaction from black to white and white to black.
But the imagined war continues, and anybody is a susceptible target. You and me, the enemy of the state.